Want to find out how this half of the month is panning out for your zodiac sign and how to get the best out of it? Come and join YILDIZ Readings 5D and we'll have a look. A very warm welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover astrology, soul coaching, twin flame path and more. I am live weekly, so please click the bell and subscribe. And if you do want more creative content like this, come and join the tribe. Now for the join button, the link is directly below on the main page. You do get exclusive Your Eyes Only content, twin flame coaching, pro-release content and the extension reads. Without further ado, let's get into the video and I'll see you every Friday. Take care guys. Virgo, welcome back. We are here to do your astrology for the month of May, the end of it, moving over to June. Now it is covering both eclipses, as well as I do have your tarot card reading here for this transit. Now, if you are wanting a booking, as I mentioned, you can go to the link below or towards the end of the video. There is information of how to find the member zone and how to find the website. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I'm going to look at your chart because you actually have an awful lot going on in the chart. And both Leos and Virgos can find this eclipse pretty challenging, especially moving into next month of your zodiac sign, because you got your shadow sign is Pisces, and currently we have Jupiter in the house of Pisces. I do feel you're outgrowing some outdated ways and there's a lot of movement going on your chart. So you may feel that you are like a circus clown and you have way too much coming at you. And some of these things can be the most beautiful things, but you could potentially feel a little bit overwhelmed. Now, we'll go back to your card reading in a moment, but I'm just going to have a look at your chart. Now, I do feel that your day-to-day routine, your health, your well-being, things you needed to let go of, it was pretty active of the full moon in Scorpio. Now, yes, I do mention that we do have a separate video that is to do with the astrology, so I'll try to remember to link it inside these videos. If I don't, feel free to go and see it at YILDIZ Readings 5D, and it is to do with this eclipse in Sagittarius and Gemini. Now I did go all the way back to both the full moon in Scorpio and the new moon in Taurus, because it's sort of like this plateauing energy of what we've been moving through. So a lot of us did have to dive deep and actually look at things in our psyche and our vibration and do the shadow work. So it might have been an incredibly emotional time for you during that time. And with the new moon in Taurus that we move through, moving towards this eclipse factor, it's been really go, go, go. You may have felt quite tired about 1 to 2 weeks ago. You know, if you were able to move above and beyond it and get things done, you know, hats off to you. Most of us had to really push through that. But if you needed to get grounded and have that time, you'll find this is going to be an extremely busy time at the moment. The eclipse is landing in your 4th house, so your routine. You may be tying up loose ends, you may be restructuring your routine, what you do for other people. It might be changing where your value systems are changing. There might have been subjects relating to upskilling, schooling, education and happening from home for some of you. But I really do feel a lot of you are moving into, and this can be if you've been working from home, suddenly going back to the workplace or vice versa, but there is a transformation. So whatever has been going on in your day-to-day routine, what you're giving to others, you may be reflecting during that time of Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, which is occurring this month, of whose role is what can you do, what can't you do. And you can look back to January when we had the first Mercury retrograde, which was in the house of Aquarius. So similar themes may come to the forefront again. And if those things hadn't been addressed and we kind of gave it a little bit more time, this is a time that those things can be shifted about on a more permanent level, because we'll be seeing the writing on the wall. Now, these things don't necessarily need to be bad things, but they can be these burdens and restrictions that you just simply can't maintain, or they're outdated ways and you're implementing new ways to achieve things. As we move towards Mercury retrograding, it is in the house of Gemini. Now for you, this can link to your career sector. For some of you, I do feel you're having cross wires, maybe having a look at how you can do things. Now it's funny that Gemini is there. in that location for you. For some of you, it may be that you're looking after children. It could be that you're upskilling and you're doing short courses, or you're wondering whether you're prepared. I'm seeing both things go on. So some of you may be upskilling and getting a new job. Some of you may be learning as you go. But I do feel this movement and momentum in your career factor, and regardless of Mercury retrograding in the house of Aquarius, you may be reflecting upon those things and quality assessing the employment area of your life, or whatever it is you're working on. But you can find by the time we do have the solar eclipse in Gemini, we're really anchoring in that new beginning and having to close out a cycle. But it's going to take about 6 months. I do feel both your career, your attitudes, and your emotions are matching. Initially, maybe not right away, but it's almost like your destiny is there. So it's been calling you, you've been pushing it down, but it's really going to continue to come up to a point you address it. And I do feel you're going to be really safe. I do feel this is really beautiful and a transformation factor, and it's going to make a lot of these dreams come true. But it does feel the spiritual blockage for you guys that may be emotionally triggering you, that things won't go according to plan. And it can be our psyche. You are going to have Leo transiting your 12th house in June, and that's happening, I believe, from the 11th. Yes, 11th of June. So you will be a critical thinker around this time, but you'll be able to have the strength to tackle some of these points. You'll be able to look at yourself in a new way, and it can be your appearance. It might be your vibration point blank is going to be pretty strong. But if you do feel you don't have the mind bravery to be able to achieve these things, Leo on the 12th house can be good and bad. It can be where you're critically thinking and maybe really struggling. And other levels can be you'll have the mind bravery to be able to handle anything you address. So it's not necessarily completely bad, but with the cards that are coming through, it's like let go of your self-fulfilling prophecies. Let go of the things that happened before. Move forward. Yes, you could be really, okay, if I forget this, what if this happens? It's like focus on that of what you can control, not of what you can't, because it's asking, help is coming in. We can't sacrifice for the bigger picture, yes, but it's like trust the process that everything is happening is divinely guided. Sometimes we can feel it's happening to us, but it's happening for us. And I'm really getting this really good feeling with your zodiac sign. So I really need you to go into your psyche, get grounded, know that you got this in the bag. Hundreds of us have troubles. There can be troubles and mishaps. It doesn't have to be perfect. You'll work it out as you go. I just feel if you move back into the happy vibe, all your connections and contracts are going to balance. But it can be a very tough time spiritually in the next 2 weeks. But I do feel overall communication is going to be the key. Trust the process. When it does come to driving, be super careful, because during Mercury retrograde, we can become more forgetful. Now, it's not necessarily just forgetful. We may not have the concentration on one thing for a very long time. So it is a super dangerous time while the nodes are there. The good thing is it's in the North Node, so we'll learn to do such and we'll learn to multitask. But I think your zodiac sign has really been mastering that of late. So Mercury retrograding for your zodiac sign. Let's have a look back at the chart. I've got the Mercury brain on, even though I have Virgo on the 12th, theoretically. Being a Libra. Where am I? Yeah, big development in your career sector. So number one, you're going to have more money to be able to do things. You're going to have, and some of you could be pulled in 2 directions. You want a more social life. You're going to have a lot going on the work front. So be it it's you're working with your family, you're upskilling and studying, however you're pouring that energy into that 10th house is going to be really, really active. Again, it's going to be in the sun. So your mind will be able to concentrate. The energy that's going to pull you at left field will more than likely be Mars and Cancer. Mars and Cancer connects to your 11th house. And that can be maybe wanting to move away from people. you know, wanting people there but not wanting people there. It's like you're in two polarities at the moment. It's due to the fact that these unresolved emotions are coming up through this eclipse, and Mars in Cancer is amplifying these things. You may have way too much on your plate, and it can simply be such that to get your hopes and dreams on the road, you're really working hard to make that happen, and you will get the success out of this. Now, take care, beautifuls. I will see you every Friday live, so if you do want to come and join us, feel free to. And if you want the additional information that's coming up of the dates, as well as how to book a reading or jump on the member section, stay tuned for these next messages. Take care, guys. Now, as I mentioned, these are the must-know dates for the astrology. The full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius at 5 degrees is occurring on the 26th of May 2021. Now, there can be, again, weather patterns 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, and we do have the next solar eclipse, which is next month. The sun entered Gemini the 20th, so again, you may find that your third eye and the things you're thinking about and your values, you may really be doing a lot to bring everything together, and it can be a busy time. Mercury goes retrograde from the 29th of May. Expect confusion and a lot moving. And Mars has been in Cancer from the 23rd, and it leaves June the 11th. So yes, that tension point can be relieved, but get your home in order. Try and keep grounded, and things should flow. But definitely you will find during this time, it can be an extremely social but independent time. Now, with Venus entering Gemini, which it did from the 9th of May, you may find that you do have a lot on your plate when it does come to your finances, when it does come to your social experiences, and you may have a lot of thoughts going through your mind. You may be looking at your day-to-day routine and what is going on in the forward movement of that. You also may feel fiercely independent and not want to be held down. This too shall pass, it's temporary. But this can be times when, with both Mercury moving into retrograde and Venus entering Gemini, well, which it was from the 9th, we will have communication from the past. Now, I'm also seeing with Saturn and Aquarius retrograding from the 23rd of May all the way through till October the 11th, you may be looking at circumstances surrounding group activities, but also social responsibilities. Now, next month we do have the solar eclipse in Gemini on the 10th of June, so do be prepared for that, as well as it is the North Node, so it will be amplified. We also have Saturn in Aquarius, as I mentioned, squaring Uranus and Taurus, which is occurring on the 14th, so pre-warned, forearmed. Now, if you want to join us for the webinar, the video up next shows you two things. It shows you where you can book private readings, how to get onto the website, and also how to join the Members Hub. So stay tuned for the update. Thanks for joining us here at YILDIZ Readings 5D. If you do want a personal booking, you can go to the link below. A lot of people ask me how to join the members area, so there is an information video up next after this. Yes, astrology updates, twin flame path, super chats every Friday. So please click the bell and subscribe. We cap them at $11 because the first tier level for the members for twin flame coaching is $11. So those of you who want to join the Members Hub, here is a small video relating to it. Now, in this video, it's going to show you basically where you can locate it. You can find it in the information box, and any video that is uploaded to YouTube, it's on the Join section. On the main page, you can find it. When you go to the membership zone and you purchase the first tier level, you get the Twin Flame videos. Now, they are still up there. You find them under the Community tab, and that's for the pre-extended videos, and the extension reads members only. Now, for the website, this is how the website looks on the main page, and should you need to go to it, you can press the link that does take you to the booking page. We have webinars, we have Skype, videos, and more. If you do want any of these, you have the information. I will see you during the month. Take very good care of yourselves, and I trust you like the content.